Jimmy Kimmel mocks US-Iran agreement, calls it the Retreaty of Versailles. Late-night television is once again at the center of a major political conversation. This time, comedian Jimmy Kimmel is making headlines after taking aim at the newly announced Memorandum of Understanding between the United States and Iran. During a recent monologue, Kimmel delivered a series of sharp jokes about the agreement, including one line that quickly caught fire online. He called it the Retreaty of Versailles. And if that wasn't enough, he also joked that the deal appears to be nothing more than a deal to make a deal. The comments have sparked reactions across social media, with supporters praising the humor and critics arguing that serious international diplomacy shouldn't be reduced to punchlines. So what exactly is this agreement? Why is Jimmy Kimmel talking about it? And why are so many people debating a late-night comedy monologue? Let's break it all down. Segment 1. The agreement making headlines. The latest Memorandum of Understanding between the United States and Iran has become one of the most discussed political developments of the week. While officials from both sides have presented the document as an important step toward future negotiations, many analysts have noted that it is not a final treaty and does not immediately resolve the long-standing disputes between the two countries. Instead, the memorandum outlines areas where future discussions may continue. Supporters describe it as a diplomatic opening. Critics describe it as vague. And that uncertainty created the perfect setup for late-night comedy. When political announcements are complicated, technical, or filled with diplomatic language, comedians often step in to translate the confusion into jokes that audiences can instantly understand. That's exactly what happened when Jimmy Kimmel addressed the story. Segment 2. Kimmel's viral monologue. During his monologue, Kimmel focused on what he saw as the limited immediate impact of the agreement. His most talked about joke compared the memorandum to a famous historical treaty while twisting the name into a punchline. Calling it the Retreaty of Versailles, Kimmel suggested that the agreement felt less like a bold breakthrough and more like a step backward. The audience responded with laughter, but the joke also carried a deeper political message. Late-night comedy has long blended humor with commentary, allowing hosts to express skepticism while entertaining viewers. Kimmel didn't stop there. He followed up with another memorable line, describing the agreement as a deal to make a deal. The joke captured a criticism that many observers have voiced, that the memorandum creates a framework for future negotiations but does not yet deliver major concrete outcomes. Within hours, clips of the monologue were circulating across social media platforms, generating millions of views and thousands of comments. Some viewers called the jokes hilarious. Others argued that the situation is far more complex than a comedy segment can capture. Either way, Kimmel succeeded in doing what late-night hosts aim to do every night, get people talking. Segment 3. Why political comedy matters. Political comedy has become one of the most influential forms of commentary in modern media. For many Americans, late-night shows are no longer just entertainment. They are also a source of political discussion. Research over the years has shown that a significant number of viewers learn about current events through comedians before reading traditional news coverage. That's because humor has a unique ability to simplify complicated topics. International negotiations can involve years of discussions, technical language, and diplomatic strategy. A comedian can reduce all of that into a single joke that millions instantly understand. The advantage is accessibility. The downside is that complex issues can sometimes become oversimplified. This tension has existed for decades. Supporters of political comedy argue that comedians hold leaders accountable and encourage public engagement. Critics argue that jokes can distort serious policy debates and encourage people to view complex issues through a purely partisan lens. Jimmy Kimmel's latest monologue has reignited that debate. Segment 4. Social media reacts. As expected, reactions online were immediate and divided. Many viewers praised Kimmel's humor, saying the jokes perfectly captured public uncertainty surrounding the agreement. Supporters shared clips of the monologue and highlighted what they saw as clever political satire. Others felt differently. Some commenters argued that diplomacy often requires incremental progress and that dismissing negotiations as meaningless overlooks the realities of international relations. A number of users pointed out that preliminary agreements frequently serve as stepping stones toward larger breakthroughs. Others simply enjoyed the comedy without taking a strong political position. In today's media environment, that's often how major stories unfold. A political announcement happens. A comedian reacts. Social media amplifies the reaction. And suddenly the conversation expands far beyond the original news event. What begins as diplomacy becomes entertainment, debate, and viral content all at once. Segment 5. The bigger picture. Beyond the jokes, this moment highlights an important reality about modern politics. Public perception matters. Sometimes the way an agreement is presented can be almost as important as the agreement itself. Political leaders focus on negotiations. Comedians focus on narratives. Journalists focus on facts. Social media focuses on reactions. Together, these forces shape how millions of people understand major events. Jimmy Kimmel's comments may not change foreign policy, but they can influence how audiences